Have you watched Adolescence yet?
The BBC tried to embarrass Kemi Badenoch this morning, but I think that she embarrassed them.
No, I haven't. I probably won't. It's a film on Netflix, and most of my time right now is spent visiting the country.
It's a four-part series on Netflix, and everyone is talking about it. It is prompting conversations about toxic masculinity, smartphone use, young men feeling that they're being ignored, the idea of misogyny being increased in school. Why would you not want to know what people are talking about?
Well, I think that those are all important issues, and those were issues that I've been talking about for a long time. But in the same way that I don't need to watch Casualty to know what's going on in the NHS, I don't need to watch a specific Netflix drama to understand what's going on. It's a fictional series. It is not a documentary. What I've been talking about recently, for instance, is banning
Kemi.
schools. I've been going to schools all around the country. I was in Evesham just yesterday, talking to head teachers, talking to the students, and they talk about the problems that phones are causing.
The difference this documentary has made compared to, say, a politician, any politician, leader of a party, the Prime Minister, going around talking in schools, is this has made much more of an impact than any politician has in terms...
They are going to keep on quizzing her absolutely to death on this, as if it is an absolute, it's absolutely abysmal that a busy politician leading a political party hasn't had time to watch a fictional series about white boys engaging in incel culture and whatnot, right? Quite rightly, as Kemi will go on to in a minute, we've got more pressing issues, right? Like rape gangs in this country that have not been investigated. We've heard horrific news about that come out over the past couple days about the fact that they are watering down, the Labour Party are watering down their commitments to investigating the rape gangs. That is far more of a threat to young women than white boys engaging in misogynistic behaviour.
Of what people are talking about right now. So it's really confusing that you don't want to know how this has made an impact.
She is livid.
Parents are now saying we need to know more about smartphone use.
I can read what people are saying about it. I look at research. This is something that I've been looking at for a long time.
You wouldn't want to know straight from the horse's mouth.
One of the things...
Oh my God, this woman is completely obsessed with it. She thinks that this show is like the answer to all of the nation's problems. It absolutely isn't, okay? White boys engaging in incel culture is like one of the smallest concerns at the moment, yet the people on the left, right, they hate the idea of, people of colour committing crimes, people of colour potentially, not being nice to women. As soon as they see a show that fits their agenda, that fits their ideology, that says white people are evil, they just are desperate to lap it up and force the politicians to watch it and make it the centre of their policy decisions.
That I'm more bothered by is the fact that just yesterday we had Labour telling us that they're not going to be investigating the rape gang scandal, something which had happened all across the country. That's real. That's happening right now. We're not talking about that. We're talking about a fictional documentary.
Do you think you're...
We had thousands of... If I may just finish. We had thousands of victims.
Oh, she's shutting them up now.
Girls, young women, and some boys too. I met the mother of a boy who killed himself after being a victim. I want to talk about that because that is real. And yes, I'm glad that...
Thank you for bringing it back to reality, Kemi Badenoch, okay? The real issue facing this country right now that people are absolutely fuming about is the fact that the rape gangs are not being investigated and Labour have watered down their promises. Labour have probably watered down their promises because they want to focus their resources on adolescence and implementing policies that stop white young boys from becoming radical. In fact, we're actually just hearing now that there's going to be something that uses all our data, looking at our phones, looking at our social media accounts and whatnot, to predict who is going to become a killer. And I expect what they're going to do with that is, any boy that looks at an Andrew Tate podcast on their phone, they're going to be put on the list of people who, are predicted to become a killer. That's where the government's going to focus their resources. It's just beyond belief.
Netflix drama is something that people are talking about, but it is not the only thing. There are many other things that are going on. And my job as opposition leader is to hold the government to account, get them to hold a full national inquiry on what is one of the biggest scandals in our country.
And do you stand by the thing you just said a moment ago, that you're comparing adolescence with Casualty? These TV programs. Did you really mean to say that?
I'm saying very clearly that my job is not to watch lots of TV. My job is to get out there and make sure that I'm talking about the issues that are happening in the country right now.
They think this is like super controversial that she's not watching it. I don't see why it's a big deal.
One of the most misogynistic incidents that has happened in our country. So me talking about that, me asking for a...
But Netflix won't make a show on it. Why? Because it is people of colour committing crimes against white people. You won't see Netflix make a show on the grooming gangs, that's for sure.
National Inquiry is doing my job. But telling me that I should go home and watch Netflix is you trying to tell me how to do my job. But I don't think that's how to do my job. I can
burn.
At what point did I...
Well, you've just said that you were surprised that I haven't watched it.
Oh, they're the ones being interviewed now.
To know what is going on in the country. I have met parents. I've met parents of children who've had those experiences. I have met children who've been victims. I think that that is enough for me to go out there, make policy, look at the research.
Yeah, adolescence
but I don't think the right thing is to be deciding who has watched which show and working out whether that means that you are informed. There are many ways for us to be informed.
Adolescence has made more of an impact than any politician has on parents and when it comes to the issue of smartphones and misogyny, and yet you are saying... despite that, you don't need to know about it.
Well, no, I haven't said that I don't need to know about the issue. You don't need to watch it. I don't need to watch a specific show to know what is going on in this country. It's a fictional show. Let's talk about what's real.
It's not a documentary.
Every day I have constituents coming to me telling me what they're worried about. I had a colleague, an MP, who was murdered due to Islamic terrorism. You look at what's happened in Southport, you look at what's happening in Rotherham, in Oldham, there are real issues. I'm getting out there talking about it. Asking me to sit down and watch a television drama that lots of other people have seen, have written about, have told me about. I know what it's about. I think it is important, but it was also, it's also fiction. Let's talk about what's happening to real people. You had a mother of a woman who was killed. Let's talk about her. That's real life. That's real life.
Absolutely brilliant. I mean, well done to Kemi Badenoch. I know I'm very much in the reform camp and I criticise the Tories, but I think that Kemi Badenoch has done a great job here. I think that she very much put those presenters in their place who really, really pushed her on this, really were not going to give up and on trying to embarrass her for not having watched Adolescence and made it the centre of her policy focus like Keir Starmer is doing. So well done on Kemi for holding her ground there and not giving in and bringing it back to the important issues, which is things like grooming gangs. Adolescence focuses on an issue which is it should not be the absolute number one focus for parents. You know, we're probably, you know, parents are talking about this like mad, apparently, according to the presenters there. I don't want it to be the case that parents up and down this country are all terrified that their white sons are going to become evil monsters. Like, the vast majority of them, they're going to turn out just fine, okay? They will be okay. I really do not think that there are that many young boys turning into misogynist, female-hating monsters, okay? So just calm down, everyone. The BBC needs to calm down. Keir Starmer needs to calm down. And we all just need to get on with our lives. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'm Chloe Dobbs. Subscribe to Reasoned if you've not already. And if you're a young person looking to contribute to the channel and make videos like this, please send us a 1-minute video to join@reason.uk and we'll take a look.